Hello my grade 8 students and welcome back again to Module 8. In today's lesson we are going to revise two parts. Part 1, reporting newspaper headlines. Part 2, narrating events and experiences. Let's begin our lesson with the learning objectives. This lesson is meant to help students reinforce learning how to write newspaper headlines properly, write a composition of 8 to 10 sentences narrating past events or experiences using good writing mechanisms. To start our lesson, kindly take your time to read and discuss the following questions. Question 1. Have you ever read or written a newspaper article? Question 2. What was it about? Question 3. What was the first part of the article you wrote or read? Here are some possible suggested answers. Question 1. Have you ever read or written a newspaper article? Yes, of course. I have read many articles. Question 2. What were they about? They were about COVID-19. Question 3. What is the first part of the articles? The first part of the articles is the headline. Part 1. Reporting newspaper headlines. Let's discuss the following questions. 1. What do we mean by a newspaper headline? Well, a headline is the title of a news article printed in large letters, especially at the top of the front page on a newspaper or the home page on a news website. Question 2. What are the characteristics and steps of writing good headlines? Well, they should be interesting and attractive to capture the reader's attention. They should be clear and specific, telling the reader what the story or article is about. They should be short, a maximum of 5 to 10 words with all letters capitalized. For example, man skateboards for homeless. What you see here is that all the letters are in capital letters. Or only the initials are capitalized, meaning only the first letter of each word should be capitalized, as you see in this example. You can use present tense and start with a noun but not with a verb. For example, town deals with blackout caused by fire. You can also use passive voice. For example, downtown homes damaged by fire last night. Use infinitive form of the verb for future actions. For example, convention to create jobs. Do not use articles such as a, an, or the. Do not use conjunctions like and. You can substitute that with a comma. For example, President declares peace and holiday. Formative Assessment 1. You're going to complete the following headlines with the words in the box below. But before you do that, you need to read these headlines as well as the words in the box above. Then you need to follow me carefully for meanings clarifications. So let's get started. Breakout to start suddenly. Authorities, the people or organizations who have the power to make decisions. Spread, to cover or make something cover a larger area quickly. Resident is a person who lives in a particular place. Mayor is the head of the government of a town or a city. Evacuate, to move people from a place of danger to a safer place. Now, just as usual, pause the video, take your time and do the activity by yourself. Then come back to check your answers with me. Now you can check your answers with me. 1. Fire leaves Winchester residents with no electricity. 2. Daily News. Beaconsfield mayor asks government for help with blackout. 3. Fire breaks out at plastics factory on Slate Street. 4. Police evacuate town of Brent. 5. Man who started forest fire arrested by local authorities. 6. Wind spreads fire from forest to nearby town. Formative Assessment 2. You're going to use the following statements to write suitable newspaper headlines. Just as usual, pause the video, take your time, read the statements carefully, then try to do the activity by yourself. After you have done, check your answers with me. Now you can check your answers. 1. People have planned to go on strike. The best headline would be Strike Planned. What you can see here is that it is written in two different ways and both are correct. Way number 1, initials or first letters are capitalized. Way number 2, all the letters are capitalized. 2. The driver who killed his best friend was jailed. The best headline would be Driver who killed best friend jailed. 3. A hero has rescued a baby who was trapped in an underwater car. The best headline would be Hero rescues baby trapped in underwater car. 4. They are going to build a shelter for the homeless. The best headline would be Homeless shelter to be built. 5. The post office robbers have been finally caught. So the best headline would be Post office robbers finally caught. Part 2. Narrating events or experiences. Remember that if you want to describe a past event or experience, you need to think of possible answers to the following questions. 1. What is the name of the event or experience? 2. When and where did it happen? 3. Who was or were with you? 4. What was the weather like? 5. What happened? 6. How did you react or feel at the end? Formative Assessment 1. Match the following answers with the questions given to the left to make a meaningful dialogue. Pause the video, take your time, read the questions and answers, then do the activity by yourself. Formative Assessment 1. Now you can check your answers with me. Let's start with 1A. What did you hear on the news? B. I heard about a fire. 2A. When did that happen? B. It happened last night. 3A. Where did it happen? B. It broke out in one of the streets downtown. 4A. Who was watching the news with you? B. I was watching the news with my dad. 5A. What was the weather like? B. It was rainy. 6A. What happened? B. The fire was caused by damaged electrical wiring inside a street light and spread quickly to nearby houses. 7A. How did you feel about that? B. We felt scared and pity for the people and the damage caused to their houses. Formative Assessment 2. Read the following sample composition, narration of past events or experiences, and then locate the answers to the questions given to the left. Just as usual, pause the video, take your time, read the questions and the compositions, then try to do the activity by yourself. Once you have done, you can check your answers with me. Now you can check your answers with me. Let's start with question 1. What did you hear about on the news? Well, we heard about the fire. 2. When did that happen? It happened last night. 3. Where did it happen? It happened in one of the neighborhoods downtown. 4. Who was watching the news with you? I was watching the news with my family. 5. How was the weather like? It was raining heavily. 6. What happened? Well, the fire was probably caused by a damaged electrical wiring inside the streetlight due to the rain, etc. Last question. How did you feel about that? We felt scared and pity for the people. We were eventually happy. Formative Assessment 3. Now it's time to start writing a composition of your own narrating past events or experiences. Remember to respond to the following phrases as they will help you narrate your events smoothly. Kindly don't forget to do your daily assignment published on Microsoft Teams. Thank you very much.